Hello everyone, and welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Today, I bring you a story that has taken the Turkish entertainment world by storm, a story filled with love, passion, and heartbreak. It's about Yağmur Yüksel and Barış Baktaş, two actors whose on-screen connection has spilled into real life, stirring both admiration and controversy. Before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the join button below if you'd like to support us further. Thank you, and now, let's dive into this story that everyone is talking about. A chemistry too strong to ignore. When Yağmur Yüksel and Barış Baktaş first appeared together on the set of Kentsesakları, few could have imagined the intensity that would develop between them. Their characters shared a fiery relationship, built on love, conflict, and emotional tension, and their performances quickly became one of the main reasons audiences fell in love with the series. From the very first episode, fans noticed that the connection between the two stars seemed too real. The way they looked at each other, the way they spoke, and even their body language seemed to carry a spark that went beyond acting. Behind the cameras, the same warmth continued. Between takes, the two shared laughter, exchanged ideas about their scenes, and slowly began to form a genuine friendship. But as time went on, that friendship began to change. What started as mutual respect soon evolved into something deeper, something neither of them had expected. A love that was never meant to happen. Yağmur Yüksel, still early in her career, found herself facing emotions she could no longer hide. Spending hours rehearsing with Barış, sharing late-night filming sessions, and trusting him both as a scene partner and as a friend, all of it blurred the line between fiction and reality. But there was a painful truth: Barış Baktaş was already married. For Yağmur, this revelation created a storm inside her heart. She admired him deeply, not only as an actor but as a person, someone who was patient, disciplined, and full of life. Yet every time she looked at him, she was reminded that their love was impossible. People close to the set began to notice the growing closeness between them. One crew member reportedly said, "They tried to keep it professional, but you could see it in their eyes. Every scene between them felt like it came from somewhere real." Still, both Yağmur and Barış tried to stay focused on their work. For Barış, his marriage and his career were priorities. For Yağmur, the emotional confusion began to take a toll. The rumors began. As filming continued, the media began picking up on whispers from inside the production. Paparazzi spotted the two leaving set together late at night or sharing private conversations during breaks. Within weeks, Turkish tabloids exploded with headlines. A secret love on the Kentsesakları set? Yağmur Yüksel's hidden feelings for a married co-star. The rumors caused chaos. Both actors were bombarded with questions they refused to answer. Barış, uncomfortable with the growing attention, avoided interviews altogether. Yağmur, visibly emotional, asked for privacy and tried to distance herself from the situation. But the damage had already been done, not just to their public image, but to their hearts. A silent battle. Those who knew Yağmur during that period described her as struggling between emotion and reason. On one hand, she couldn't deny the feelings she had developed for Barış. On the other, she knew she was crossing a line that could never be uncrossed. A friend of Yağmur's later revealed, "She told me that she never meant for it to happen. She said love isn't something you plan, it just finds you, and sometimes it finds you at the wrong time." Despite her inner turmoil, Yağmur remained professional on set. She continued to deliver strong performances, often channeling her real emotions into her acting. Ironically, it made her scenes with Barış even more powerful. Viewers noticed the shift immediately. Every glance, every argument, every romantic moment between their characters now carried the weight of something that was painfully true. The turning point. According to sources close to the production, tensions reached their peak one evening during a late filming session. The two reportedly had a private conversation that lasted for hours after the crew had left. No one knows exactly what was said, but one witness later claimed that Yağmur was seen leaving the set with tears in her eyes, while Barış stood silently by the studio gate, visibly shaken. Shortly after, Yağmur took a brief break from filming, citing exhaustion. Many suspected it was an emotional decision rather than a professional one. Her absence led to speculation that the two had decided to end all communication outside the show, a move to prevent further damage to both of their personal lives and careers. The public's reaction. When fans learned about the situation, opinions were deeply divided. Some sympathized with Yağmur, seeing her as a young woman caught in an emotional trap. Others criticized her, accusing her of crossing boundaries and interfering in someone else's marriage. Social media exploded with debates under hashtags like #YağmurandBarış and #ForbiddenLoveOnSet. "You can't choose who you fall in love with," wrote one supporter. Another responded, "Respect should come before feelings. She should have walked away." Through all of this, Barış remained silent. He refused to give interviews or statements, focusing instead on his work and family. Quiet after the storm. Months passed, and the scandal began to fade, at least in the public eye. But for Yağmur and Barış, things could never return to how they were before. Insiders say that their relationship today is strictly professional. They continue to respect each other deeply, but the emotional closeness that once existed has been replaced by distance. Still, those who worked with them say that there's always an unspoken understanding between them, a kind of bittersweet recognition of what might have been. One crew member put it simply. "They don't need to say anything. When they're in the same room, you can feel it, the memories, the feelings, everything." Lessons learned. The story of Yağmur Yüksel and Barış Baktaş isn't just another celebrity scandal. It's a reminder of how fragile emotions can be, especially when personal and professional worlds collide. In interviews since then, Yağmur has spoken vaguely about emotional challenges and learning to set boundaries. Though she never mentioned Barış by name, fans immediately understood what she was referring to. Barış, too, has reportedly repaired his relationship with his wife, focusing on rebuilding trust and balance in his personal life. For Yağmur, the experience seems to have shaped her both as an actress and as a person. She's said to have become more selective with her projects, preferring roles that allow her to express emotional complexity, something she clearly understands firsthand. A love that changed everything. Even though their story may have ended in silence, the impact of their connection remains. Fans still talk about their chemistry, calling it one of the most authentic pairings in modern Turkish television. Many believe that the rawness of their performances came from something real, from a bond that, though never fulfilled, left its mark on both their lives. Perhaps that's why, even now, their names are often mentioned together. Not as gossip fodder, but as a reminder of how love, when it happens at the wrong time, can still be unforgettable. Thank you so much for watching this video. What do you think? Was Yağmur Yüksel simply a victim of her emotions, or did she cross a line that should never have been crossed? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Turkish Spotlight Secrets for more stories about your favorite Turkish stars. See you in the next video. Take care, and goodbye.